This video was recorded live before a canned studio audience. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews, and here they are, Chris and Keith.
Hi. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Keith,
I'm Chris.
and this is Friday Night Movie Reviews, if I can get my tongue untied here. Thank you for joining us tonight. We enjoy it whenever you come and visit us and spend time with us because we like spending time with you. Tonight, we are going to review something that is not a movie, but something that is based on some books that were turned into movies, and this is kind of like a prequel kind of thing with it. It's a show that's streaming on Amazon Prime right now. It is called
The Lord of the Rings, also the Power of the Rings, right? Yeah.
The Rings of Power.
Yeah,
Yes,
there we go.
The
That's
Rings
it.
of Power.
Yes.
Now, in case you haven't watched any of the Lord of the Rings movies, stop this video right now and go and watch those, because you need to watch those for this to kind of make sense.
Well, if they're going to watch Lord of the Rings, that means they got to watch The Hobbit, too.
Mm-hmm. You got to watch The Hobbit first.
So we're talking, 6, 9... How many hours we're talking?
Depends on if you're watching the
extended version.
extended versions or not.
They need the extended versions.
Yeah, you need to watch the extended versions of the films because there's so much more content.
We'll see you in about 48 hours.
Right, exactly.
You're going to have to take the whole day off, not eat, just sit there in front of the thing and just continue to watch.
It's a great
all
thing to
6 of these
do on a
movies.
Friday night. Start it on a Friday night, go through all the way through the weekend, and there you go. But, really, to tell you the truth, it would be best, if you're going to do all of that, it would be best to wait until they come out with all of the seasons of this.
Yeah.
And then start, and then go through all of the seasons of the Rings of Power and start The Hobbit and then go into the Lord of the Rings. Because then you'll have a full continuity of what's going on. Because this is what happens with in the Rings of Power. It's 2 seasons so far. How many seasons are they making with this?
They haven't said. I know it got renewed for another season, but the viewership is the kind of the questionable thing. And in Amazon, you never know where the line will be drawn, how long they can extend the show. Because I did notice that with the viewership going down from the first season, that the second season feels sped up. I'm sure you probably noticed the same thing. Like season 1 seemed a lot slower, more methodical, like how the movies did. And then this season, it felt more like what we were used to watching from any other franchise, where it just kind of chugs along. And so that is something noticeable difference, because if you're wondering why we're not just reviewing season 1 and 2 separately, it's because season 1 started before we started reviewing things, so we're just kind of lumping season 1 and 2 together right now.
Right.
We'll be back for season 3 once it's done.
Right.
Because we want to do this in completion. We don't want to do it week to week as the show's rolling out, because Amazon does a thing where they release the first 3 episodes of the season, and then they'll just do 1 episode after that until it's done. And it usually is 8 episodes. It's usually the Amazon way.
I wait and binge it. I wait until they all come out.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm not doing that with Reacher, which is also on the same service, but Reacher's a different thing. I don't mind watching that week to week, because it's more in line with like a regular TV show.
Right.
Yeah, the Rings of Power is more of cinematic, where you kind of want to watch it together.
Right. And that's the thing that's what I was saying about the continuity. So the basic premise of the Rings of Power in seasons 1 and 2 is it goes all the way back, and in case you are not really all that familiar with the Lord of the Rings franchise, this goes all the way back and shows how the rings, the original rings, not the Ring of Power, not the single one
The one to rule them all.
Yeah, not the one to rule them all and in the darkness bind them. Not that one. It goes back and it shows the forging of all of the other rings. The 3 rings for the elves, the 7 rings for the dwarves, and the 9 rings for men. It goes back and it shows all of that Now in season 1, they begin to do those things. It kind of sets up, that premise. But in season 1, what they're doing is it's setting up the meeting of Sauron.
And of course that's the big. Stop it right now if you want to go watch those seasons and then come back, because this is kind of the big spoiler. It's revealed that the guy is Sauron.
Right.
And because
one of the guys. We're not going to tell you which one it is.
Yeah.
But one of them is Sauron.
It'll be pretty obvious once you start watching. Be like, oh, okay, that's the guy.
Right.
And so you find out at the end of the first season, he's Sauron, whoever this person is. And I'm sorry to say, Sauron is a guy. If that helps narrow it down for you, because there are a lot of females on this.
Right.
Of course, we need a disclaimer too for the hardcore Tolkien fans out there, because I know there's a lot of you. I know that you guys vehemently hate the show and think it's against the books and continuity and everything else. But if you're more of a casual Lord of the Rings fan like myself, like I haven't read all the books, because to be quite honest with you, some of them are just, I just think, are unreadable.
They are quite long, and some of them are kind of dry.
And so I just haven't bothered. Like, of course, everybody reads The Hobbit. Like, that's the one that you read that one in middle school usually.
Right.
And but so most of us are familiar with at least that book. So a lot of this material, you're gonna be like, so I don't know if some of the details are wrong or not. I mean, there's the obvious, like the race swapping that's happened, and that'll anger some people. I think, honestly, the actors that they chose for this show, I have to say, are very good. They did a good job of not hiring American actors. All these people are from other countries, and that's the thing that I felt was very consistent with the movies, because it felt authentic, that they were just using their real voices and everything else. I will give that, but to a disclaimer to all the Tolkien fans, you guys are probably already mad at us for even mentioning this show, but because there's a lot of bad blood in the water. They don't like Amazon. They're cursing Jeff Bezos' name.
And they don't even like the movies, because the movies strayed so far from the books as well. But still it still kind of held to some of it, but it wasn't like strictly with the books.
So we don't mean to offend you guys. We understand that the books are the only thing you guys want. As for us casual fans, we like what we're seeing, especially with the movies, for sure.
I'm just quite frankly, I enjoyed the movies, because the movies, while they didn't stay exactly true to the books, I mean, you really can't stay exactly true to those books, because if you do, you'd have audiences falling asleep in the seats, or getting up and walking out. They never would have made the millions and millions of dollars that they did.
And the last one wouldn't have won the award at the Academy Awards either.
So they can't totally stick to the books, where I wish that sometimes they could. And that's why you got to get the extended versions, because the extended versions of the movies do kind of stick with the books a little bit better. Now, as far as this show goes, I'm not really so sure what storyline it comes from.
Yeah.
Because it's basically origin stories for
Galadriel,
for Elrond, for Sauron, for it tells the Gandalf, it tells the whole, it gives a basic background for what happened with Morgoth and the creation of Mordor. I mean, it goes into all of that. And I mean, for those of you who are Tolkien purists, you're probably not going to like it, because you don't like it, because it may not stick with some of the stories that you've read, some of the books that you've read. Now, I've read The Hobbit, and I've read the Lord of the Rings books, and that's as far as I've gone. I've tried reading some of I can't even pronounce it right.
It starts with an S.
Silmarillion or whatever.
I couldn't do it.
I've tried reading that. I've gotten maybe 100 pages into it, and
like I said, we mean no offense to you guys that enjoy that stuff. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to what they like. It's just,
I think the depth of it is incredible.
Yeah.
I love the lore, how deep he just actually goes with the lore of it all. I love that aspect of it, but to read it, I'm sorry, but I just can't. That's the reason why I'm enjoying the movie, because And the series is because I feel like I'm getting some depth of lore, but it just may not be exactly correct.
And I do want to like put this out there too. A lot of people have worries about like the Mary Sue thing that's going on, especially with what happened with Star Wars.
Right.
This is not the case with Galadriel. Galadriel makes a lot of mistakes throughout the first 2 seasons, and she's not perfect. She can do a lot of things really great, and she does stand up for herself. She is a strong character, but she's more in line where she had to earn it, kind of like Ripley in
Right.
Alien. Like, she had to earn it, and this is not a Mary Sue character, so Galadriel is doing exactly what she's supposed to do, and I don't have a problem with that. So the whole Mary Sue thing, you can put that to bed right now. This is not,
Right.
it has none of that in there.
So now that we have the whole thing aside from the Tolkien purists, and if you have tuned us out, we're sorry. Let's kind of get into the basic premise of it. Like we said, the first 2 seasons of this show give an origin for some of the main characters that are in the movies. So you have basically origin story for Galadriel, for Gandalf, for Elrond, for Sauron himself.
And that's something that none of the movies gave us proper.
Right.
They didn't tell us the origins. So I'm actually really enjoying this, and I'm actually glad that I haven't read source material because I didn't know how Gandalf came to be. I didn't know how Sauron. I didn't even know what race Sauron was underneath that helmet and everything else.
Well, the thing is, if you read the Lord of the Rings books, if you even read The Hobbit, you never really get an origin for Gandalf or for Sauron. It just says he was greatly evil. Elrond mentions, I was there when 3,000 years ago. It was that. And that's all it was. He was evil. He had this ring. It was really powerful, and they got the ring from him.
During the prologue at the beginning of the first Lord of the Rings film, they gloss over. It's like all these rings get created, but you don't know actually what all went on for those rings to have actually been forged in the first place.
And what they did. Yeah, I mean,
all the other characters involved in the creation of those rings. So it wasn't Sauron by himself. So let's put that.
And all of the characters who got possession of the rings.
Yes.
This actually goes into the characters who get possession of the rings and what happens to them and what those rings do and this and that. It really gets deep and gets into a lot of origins that kind of turn things around and come up to that big old huge battle that you see at the beginning of the first Lord of the Rings movie, where it has Sauron in his armor and he swings this mace and everybody just goes flying. It's building up to that, and you can tell with the way the storyline is going, because it shows the creation and the forging of these rings of power and things of that effect. And at some point, we don't know when that's going to be, but at some point, the one ring is going to be forged.
And just as a minor spoiler, it has not been created yet, so we're not to that point. It hasn't been created in the fires of Mount Doom at this point.
Right.
In which I imagine at that point Sauron probably will be the only guy creating the One Ring.
Probably.
But you find out the people that help him along the ways. Now there have been video games that have shown the other people that helped him create the rings.
They actually bring some of those people into the movie. Now I'm not sure because I haven't read that far back. I'm not sure if they are actually mentioned in any of the former stories. But even if they're not, it's just really cool to see these characters mentioned and to see them interacting.
But I've enjoyed the writing of the show. I think they kind of solved the pacing problem from the first season, and they may again do that when they get to season 3. The pacing may be faster if they end up only making 3 seasons, and they'll probably end it with him forging that final ring, and
right.
Or they may end up going all the way to his death. I don't know if they'll go that far because that's a long stretch of time.
Right.
But I've enjoyed the writing. I've got no issue with the acting in it. Now we can talk about the individual characters because there are little nitpicks we've got with certain characters that we need to discuss.
Right. There's I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying these these shows. I'm enjoying every one of them from both seasons. There's really, to tell you the truth, I mean, since I'm not a really major deep lore Tolkien kind of person, um, the only real criticism that I have is between there is a difference between season one and season two, and it's kind of a noticeable difference if you sit and watch them back to back. Now, if you just watched season one and it's been months since you watched any of these, and then you start season two, you may not notice this. But this is something that I did notice because I wanted to go back and I wanted to watch season one and then start season two just to kind of keep myself fresh so that I didn't watch the first episode of season two and be like, I mean, even with the recap that they give at the beginning of each one, you still kind of lose something. And I wanted to not lose anything. So I went and watched season one, and then I started season two. And the major thing that I noticed, and this is the major criticism that I have, is the difference of how Galadriel talks. In the first season, she says things, she'll say Elrond, all right? And she has a bit of an accent. She has a little bit of a rolling of an R, Elrond, or Celebrimbor, or Eragon, or something to that effect. But in the second season, she, I don't know, took it upon herself to enhance her character or something because it is way more pronounced. Annoyingly so. Annoying. Like she'll say, Elrond, and she rolls that R, and it's almost a non-ending R.
Hey, yeah, I'm in the middle of a review. Yeah, no, my phone rang. It was really loud and obnoxious, like an R rolling sound. I know, crazy, right? No. Yeah, you'll see this review in the next day or two. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I gotta let you go. I think he. Yeah, no, I keep hearing the rolling sound. Are they still with us?
It's annoying. It is annoying. And it's not just Elrond's name that she does it with. She does it with every name that has an R in it. And you would think, well, does she do it with every word that has an R? No. It's just the Elven names that have an R in it.
I have a few theories about that. I think that the internet can be kind of a harsh place. And she probably has been reading the comment section where like, you don't sound like how she does in the books, or you don't sound like Cate Blanchett in the movies, And
Cate Blanchett didn't do that.
Yeah, but you got to remember this is an internet comment section, and those things can get to you. But my thing is, yeah, maybe it was an actor's point of choice, but like the directors and everybody else around her, they didn't be like, this is not consistent from the first season.
Yeah, the director should have said, "Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? Stop. That's annoying."
Yeah, and
just quit.
It got to the point now where anytime I see her in anything else, I can hear her saying Elrond's head. I just hear it in my head now every time I look at her.
And it's like let's say a name has like 2 or 3 R's in it. Every single one of them is is like not just rolled, not but like that. It's like exaggeratingly rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Every the R's are rolled. It's annoying. If you're watching this, please stop.
Go back to how you did it in season 1.
Go back the way you did it in season 1. It's annoying.
It's too much.
It's annoying to watch. It's annoying to watch.
So
now,
it's funny. It's like
you guys that are watching this review, you're welcome. You're welcome, because now you're not going to be able to watch it without noticing it.
It's like most people thought we were going to be like, oh, she's a Mary Sue. No. We're just criticizing how she says words.
Right.
That's it.
Now, her acting,
she's fine.
top notch.
Yeah.
Love it. I love the way she's portraying Galadriel. I really do. I like the way this actor is portraying Elrond.
Yeah.
As a younger version of Elrond.
I just wish she looked a little bit more like the other one, because she looks kind of like she could be Kate Blanchett.
I mean,
and the guy that plays Gandalf.
Oh,
where did they get him from?
I mean,
he looks like Ian McKellen.
All of this, the whole entire show is just astronomically good in my own opinion. So I guess now we're getting into is it worth your time? Yes, most definitely it is worth your time. Most definitely it is. I love the show. I'm really enjoying it. I'm sorry for all you Tolkien purists out there. You can hate me all you want to, but I'm really enjoying this show. I'm enjoying what they've done with it, the writing that goes into it, the special effects. Man, the special effects are top notch, just like from the movies.
Like I don't get it. Like, here's Amazon, right? They haven't been around that long as a movie studio. They bought MGM, and then we see what Disney did with Captain America. It's like Disney has way more money than Amazon does.
Right.
What's happening here where the Amazon show is just out of this world?
Right.
It looks so good.
So I'm really enjoying the show. And if the only criticism that I have about the show is the way that somebody is rolling their R's, that's saying a whole lot, because I'm really enjoying the backstories. I'm really enjoying the origin stories. I'm really enjoying the writing and everything that's going into this. It's a tremendous effort, and it shows, and these people are fans of what they've seen so far, and you can tell, because it is just that good. You can't really even tell a difference between the writing and whatnot of the movies and this show, this series.
They feel consistent with it, and it's interesting because this is being made by Amazon. This is not being made by New Line Cinema, like how A Hobbit and Lord of the Rings were, and yet it feels like they could have been taken from the same thing. So I applaud Amazon on that, where they kept it consistent.
So once they do come out with the final season, you will be able to watch every season of this show and go straight into The Hobbit, and it will feel so continuous. It'll feel like one big old long huge movie if you watch it all the way from the beginning of this series all the way to the end of the last movie, the final movie, Return of the King. It'll just feel like one continuous film. I like it. It's really good. So what do you feel about it?
I really enjoy it. I think the writing, the acting, just the overall effects in it, the CGI, the action, everything is exactly what I need to be. Just, if you haven't watched any of it yet, just be aware that season 1 is a little slow. It will pick up. Stick with it. I promise you'll enjoy it. As far as ratings go, my minor little nitpicks, I'll give it 8 out of 10 Pepsis just to kind of give it a solid rating. But I'm looking forward to season 3. When I'm sitting there waiting for the next installment, you know it's a hit. Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, when is season 3 starting?
When is season 3?
Yeah.
So you give it how much?
8 out of 10 Pepsis.
8 out of 10 Pepsis. You know what? I'm going to go a step further, and the only complaint that I have about this series is the way she rolls her R's between season 1 and season 2. And I'm going to give this a 9.5 popcorns. Yeah, I'm enjoying it that much. And I think it's just written that well, and I think it's just done that well. I'm really enjoying this a lot. So I give it 9.5 popcorns. You give it 8 Pepsis. Listen, you guys need to sit down and kind of watch this. Watch season 1 and season 2. Watch them back to back, because this is really, really good. I've really enjoyed this show. And I really have no big complaints about it. That's our cue to go.
Yep. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification for when our next video drops. Leave us a comment. What did you think of the Rings of Power? If you got any video suggestions for us, if you want us to maybe review The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, let us know in the comments. Give us your overall critique of the channel. And as always, thank you for watching.
And if you're a Tolkien purist, please be kind to us, because we were kind of kind to you. Listen, you guys, really, this is some really good filmmaking here. So you guys take the time to go and watch it and give it your support. We enjoyed you spending time with us, because we always enjoy spending time with you. Thank you for joining us. Get some friends together, sit down, watch a movie, and enjoy your movie.